watched a video on a WhatsApp group that I'm on where a scientist was talking about how the child that's going to live forever has already been born. And I thought to myself, who wants to live forever in this physical body? I could see the excitement on the scientist's face as he was expressing himself, as if science will be achieving a major milestone once they figure out this longevity pill. I can just see the headlines, how to live on Earth forever. Come and take your booster shots. My name is Sylvia Michetti. Would you want to live forever on this planet? And if so, why? If you know who you are and why you're here, will you get excited about the possibility of living forever in this physical body? Unless you still think that you are this physical body. By now, it's become apparent to even the layman that there's much more to us than just this physical body that wakes up and eats and sleeps every day. This body is just a pit stop on the journey through creation. The main core of who we are is spiritual. And we're merely using this body to learn, to experience, to explore this part of creation. We didn't come to set up shop and stay here forever. That would be like a seed in the soil, wanting to stay a seed forever. I really like how this soil feels. I don't want to sprout at all, let alone become a tree. It must grow. It must bear fruit. It must grow old and decay. Everything has its cycle of birth, life, death, and decay. And we see it in nature. Everything following that natural process of development, only to start again in a new, never-ending cycle. If you recognize that your physical body is just part of this cycle and it's just a borrowed tool for a short duration of time, then you will make haste and make the most of the opportunities that you've been given here and be ready to discard this body at the appropriate time when you're called to do so and continue on your next journey, wherever that may lead you. Today, we're so excited about artificial intelligence, and yet they keep reminding us that the earth is overpopulated with almost 8 billion people. And yet the focus is not how to be better human beings with that 8 million. It's more about how AI is going to come and ease our lives and do everything for us. And my question is always the same. Why are we so excited about artificial intelligence coming to replace the things that we normally do for ourselves? We want life to be easier with robots, but there's a lot of us already. So what will happen to that huge number of redundant human beings that would then be left on the planet with nothing to do when AI is doing it all? When something is useless in creation and no longer has a purpose to serve, what will happen to it? When human beings rely on robots while they themselves have nothing to do, how much longevity will they be able to enjoy? If you want to live on this planet forever, what will be your role here? When humanity stops exerting themselves, that means the inner mobility of their soul plus the outer movement of their bodies has now been suppressed. And when robots are doing the thinking for you, even the brain will have less and less to think about. How useful will you be to society? What will you do differently to make you a useful component of creation? Well, unfortunately, many will be forced to check out prematurely because there's no longer movement for their souls. So that longevity shot that people will be queuing up to take, well, sadly, it might not work. So rather than get excited about the possibility of living forever in this physical body, why not get excited about using the limited time that we have to fulfill our purpose and be useful components to humanity whilst we're here? Christ said, "In my Father's house there are many mansions." Who wants to stay in this one mansion called the earth? We are eternal beings. We get to live forever, either as conscious or unconscious spirits. The goal for each human being is to find that consciousness on their journey through experiencing. Not to sit back and try to manipulate their DNA or to get robots to do everything so that they can live in their bodies forever. Such ambitions from science always points to the fact that we don't know who we are and where we have come from, and we have missed our true purpose here. What awaits us in other mansions in creation, where when we leave this physical body, is much more beautiful and much more joyful, especially if we're striving constantly to live aright and to maintain that connection to our origin. I don't want to live forever on this earth. To what purpose? To what end? I want to journey back home when the time is right. Why spend eternity on a school bench when there's a nice comfy sofa at home? I actually feel sorry for that child that has already been born, who will then be the experiment, the guinea pig for science to use to find that longevity pill for their physical body. The irony is, the scientists themselves will die trying. So until next time, rather than focus on living long, focus on living for today, living it well, and living it to the glory of your Creator. Until next time, take good care of yourself and each other. Bye for now.